Hello, I'm Bill Bullard with R-CALF USA, the voice of the independent cattle producer in the United States of America. Well, it wasn't long ago that I didn't know what a black swan event was. I had to look it up, and it's an unexpected event with extreme consequences. So for our cattle industry, a black swan event occurs when the marketplace suddenly responds counter to what market fundamentals would suggest, such as when cattle prices respond to rising wholesale beef prices by inexplicably falling. And that's what happened immediately following the August 9, 2019 fire at the Tyson plant in Holcomb, Kansas. Wholesale beef prices jumped 13% in a short period, and fed cattle prices plummeted about 15%, falling to $97 per hundredweight 1 month later. And that's when we learned what a black swan event was, and that was black swan number 1. Now, some say history repeats itself, and it didn't take long. In early March of 2020, wholesale beef prices began skyrocketing, increasing 127%, and everyone knew that the cattle prices would have to follow these wholesale prices upward, but they didn't. Fed cattle prices instead plummeted to $94 per hundredweight in July. Now that was black swan number 2. So while these were 2 black swan events with extreme consequences for the nation's cattle producers, they were boons to the beef packers, with estimated beef packer margins reportedly going off the charts, north of $600 per head. Now, we didn't expect these 2 unexplained events, and we certainly didn't expect that they would repeat themselves yet again, but they have. Beginning earlier this month, April 2021, wholesale beef prices rallied again, and we thought finally the cattle market has to respond favorably this time, but it didn't. From April 12th to April 23rd, wholesale prices rallied from $269 to $280 per hundredweight, but fed cattle prices had fallen during that period from $124 down to $121 per hundredweight. So are we in the throes of yet a third black swan event in less than 2 years? Now, as we analyze these events, we find yet another correlation. During each of these anomalous events, we saw that the volume of fed cattle sold in the negotiated cash market had fallen, meaning smaller volumes of cattle sold in the negotiated cash market were associated with falling fed cattle prices and higher packer margins. But let's dig deeper. In the months leading up to the cattle market break in 2015, the packers were accumulating ever larger and in fact record volumes of captive supply cattle. Now, those are cattle not purchased in the competitive cash market. After the cattle market break, the packers' accumulation of captive supply cattle reached even new record highs, and those record high volumes of captive supplies are associated with a downward trajectory in fed cattle prices. Then we look at beef imports during this period, from 2015 when the cattle market broke to today when the market is functioning irrationally. We find that there have been 6 clusters of significantly increased monthly beef imports, and each of these 6 clusters of higher monthly imports were associated with significant downturns in the price of fed cattle. So are all these phenomena coincidences, or are they by design? There's nothing normal about the way your markets have been functioning for the past 6 years. Market fundamentals cannot explain it, and it will not improve unless you act fast. So this is a call to action. We have a plan, but we need your help right now. Here's what you need to do to take your industry back. Number 1, get on your internet and type in www.checkoffvote.com and sign the petition for a producer referendum of the mandatory beef checkoff program. Number 2, call each of your members of Congress, your representative and your 2 senators, and tell them first to support and quickly pass Senate Bill 949, the Grassley Tester bill that will revive the dysfunctional fed cattle market. And second, tell them to introduce and pass new legislation to restore mandatory country of origin labeling for your beef. Now, without these 3 initiatives, your marketplace will soon look like the vertically controlled poultry and hog markets, and our industry simply can't go there. This is serious. It's as serious as it gets. Please help preserve a competitive industry for yourselves and your children by taking these 3 recommended steps. And then please go to our website at r-calfusa.com to learn more. and to join with us so we can truly restore the lost competition in your U.S. cattle market. With that, have a productive week. Thank you and goodbye.